We're live.
Hey everybody, this is Fernando from Stickman Sound. Today I'm going to build a small 788 package for a feature that I'm shooting for the next couple days. So, main components, 788 sound devices recorder. I'm going to have a total of 6 Electrosonics wireless. So I've got my transmitters, Sanken Cos 11 microphones, and Electrosonics 411As. For my video assist, I'm going to give him a 411A with another Electrosonics transmitter, and for my producers they'll all have R1As. And over here I have a little setup for my boom operator, wireless transmitter for the boom for me, and receive system for my boom operator. So we're going to go ahead and get started building. We use a quarter brace bag. There's lots of different bags out there, but this bag in particular is my favorite. So we'll put it in. If you have any questions, just let us know. Happy to answer any questions you might have. So usually for us, the most important thing is how the gear leaves the shop. We want it to be ready to go so that whoever is mixing is has got everything that they need. It's already tested and just ready to go. So I'm basically doing second unit audio on a feature. So I'm using the 788 because that's what they use during main shooting, principal shooting. And I've already programmed the machine to meet the specs of the sound mixer that did the majority of the movie. So I've got my recorder in the bag. First things first, power. NP power. To power up my recorder, I've got some just shop batteries that I'm going to use just to test the gear as we're building it. And also the first thing that I always do is I test everything. Once everything is tested, then I dress the cables and make it pretty. But straight out of the gate, I always make sure it's working first. So one of the things we do here at Stickman is we have custom cables for all of our recorders. These are 788 cables, so right angle, everything is resistor color coded. And then on the record side, 4 XLRs and 4 TA3s for all the inputs on the recorder. So this is our input snake for our bag. All of the cables that we do are all resistor color coded. This way you can just look at it and know what channel it is without numbers rubbing off. Alright, so the input to my recorder is now patched. That was easy. Alright. Okay, now before I start putting my receivers in the bag, I'm going to grab the gaffney. So next I'm going to get my receivers ready. And what I like to do is grab some gaff tape available in the Stickman store. I like to tape my receivers together before I put everything in the bag so that it's nice and tight. Sometimes you need to run and gun. I don't think I'll be doing any of that on this shoot, but it still needs to be nice and tight and clean inside the bag. So I can't work with a messy bag. It drives me crazy. So I'll tape all these together. You flag the tape, Daryl Nelson. Alright. So I've got my receivers here. Move these slates out of the way. So I'm going to get power for them, which is right here.
So we have a question in. Can you talk about choosing the 411s over the SRB receivers and the tracking?
All I know is that the 411 is a rock solid receiver, and I love Lectrosonics. I can't say enough good things about them, but I just think that the 411 is just the best field receiver that they make. The tracking on the 411A is just better than anything else that they've put out in an E&G receiver. So I've tried the SRs, the SRBs, and we had a demo of an SRC a little while ago, and I really like them, but right now the thing that I'm most comfortable with is the 411A. I hope that helps. Okay, so next I'm going to get my power ready so the way I do my power is I'll do 1 NP battery for my recorder plus the Sony battery on the back as a backup, and then I'll have another battery for all of my wireless equipment. So I'll go ahead and get that together. I like the BDS boxes. PSC makes some really nice ones as well. We use both actually. So I use dual power for every set of electrodes, and I will tape it now. So I just put some tape over the connectors so that they don't come loose while I'm moving around. Plus it keeps everything organized, and like I said, I can't stand a messy bag. Alrighty, so now that I've got this going, I'm gonna find, I'll put it this way so you can see. We couldn't find brown snake skin, so we did black. but the connector is brown. Alright. Take my channel 1, channel 2. In the bag it goes. And power comes out the bottom. I'll go ahead and check this. I'll throw a battery and just make sure that I've got power, and I do. So I'm going to go ahead and power that back down for now. And then this is just repeat. Grab 3 and 4. The bag you go. So what I'll do here too, stay right there, Mike, is I run all the power through, or all the audio rather, through this side of the bag, and then I run all the power this way. So I'll spin around, and then there's that. Like I said, I'll dress all this in a minute. So then I'll do the same thing with my last 2 channels. Actually, what I'm going to do, since I'm only using 6 wireless and this snake has 8 channels, I'm going to take my 7 and 8 out. So now I get my last 2 channels going. Here we are. So now that's all of my receivers, so I'll throw a battery in here and make sure that everything is powering on and that is all working, and then I'll make it pretty. Grab a battery. Alright, success. I've got 6 receivers in the bag. I'm shaking around a little. So this isn't how I'm going to leave it, because as you can see, it's all flopping around like crazy. So we're gonna address that, but we're gonna do the rest of the kit first. Actually, so now that I've got all of my inputs coming into my mixer, I'm going to wire up all of my outputs. So I've got a Electrosonics UM400 for my, got a Electrosonics UM400 for my my feed to my producers and Video Village. I'll do a mono mix on this transmitter, and then I also have another one for my boom operator, so that he can hear me. And so I'll go ahead and, oh, one cool thing about these, we use battery eliminators, so it's a little 9-volt replacement so that we can power the transmitter off of our battery. So we'll go ahead and get power going first. We'll do the same thing. Dual power for the BDS, one into each. It's always a good idea to tape that power onto the transmitter. I've seen a lot of guys rolling around with the power just dangling there. They don't realize that they're not transmitting to anybody. So tape it down. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. Oops. What up, Saul Swed? Alright, so for those of you just joining us, I'm putting together a little 788 package for a feature that I'm working on over the next couple days. Alright. We'll see if it turns on. Boom, boom. We have power. Alright. So that's done. So now I'm going to get power, or audio rather, going to my transmits. On the side of the 788, I'm going to take my number 1 output and I'm going to send that to my producers and to Video Assist. That's going to be just a mono mix. And I like to run the cables through the middle of the bag. I'm just going to go ahead and address this real quick. A cable. I'll be right back. we've got the right cable now. So I'm going to take this guy, probably out of my output 4. Once I actually get into the programming, then I'll figure it out. Like I said, I like to run the cables through the bag. Alright, so now I've got those done. And that's basically, aside from the headphones, that's everything that's going to go in this bag. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to clean it up. I'm going to make it so that I can actually use it, because the way it is right now would drive me crazy with these things flopping around. So Portabrace has these great little dividers. If you don't use them, you should. And I just basically use them to tighten up the bag. So sometimes I'll put these in as I'm building. Sometimes I'll do it after. I guess it just kind of depends on my mood. And you can tell already that it's filling that space real nice. And so if I have to move in a pinch, I don't need to worry about gear flying out of the bag or losing anything. So that's that. And as you can see, it's nice and tight now. Not a whole lot moves around. I'll go and power everything on. So we're all set. That's it. I'll get my headphones plugged in. And we'll call that a built kit. Does anybody have any questions? Just type them in and then Megan will read them to me. And then I just finished dressing it up and we're basically done. So we'll get into the programming of the recorders and the wireless and all that other stuff another time. But that's basically how we build all of our kits here at Stickman. And aside from doing the programming, this kit's pretty much ready to go.
We got some questions.
Hit me.
So, what will be on the other side of the video village?
I don't understand the question.
We don't understand the question, Jonathan.
Oh, you mean of the so I've got another 411A here that I'm going to program to receive the same mix that I'm sending to my producers, and so I'm going to send this to Video Assist so that when they do playback, there's audio playback as well coming from Video Assist. So that's how I'm doing that. Did that answer your question? I'm assuming that's what you were talking about. How are they receiving the audio?
All right, I think that's it for today.
Cool. Thanks for joining me. Take
Bye,
care.
everybody.